refreshing.
Hey, Jamie, what's up?
Oh, hi.
How are you doing
All
today?
right. Oh, we're looking a little lonely up here today.
Sure.
Looking a little lonely. What's
Yeah.
up, Phoenix? How you doing? We gotta mute all our damn phones.
Oh, yeah. Always forget.
Yeah. I'm the fucking worst. Like, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, not a whole lot of people in the chat today, it looks like. That's all right. Y'all show up. Y'all come filing in sooner or later.
All right, there.
The fact that Corey's not in there already is beyond me.
Surprising.
Yeah.
I'm going to message him. Where the hell are you? Because he always
You
messages
should.
me.
Yeah, you totally should. What's up, dude? Dude, this mic is way different than the one I normally use.
Yeah. So here's a little show trivia for you. I've been turning up every week for like the last 3 months your voice. And I figured out it was the one that was not in use on the soundboard.
On the board?
Yeah. And I was like, why? I'm like, is he just being lazy, like not talking like loud enough? I'm like, how is this possible? So that's why you sound very booming in your ears.
That's awesome.
So
yeah,
now,
I was like,
now I'll be turning it down probably a little bit.
It sounds way louder. I'm
Right.
like, I can hear me now. This is crazy.
Yeah. So it's actually not the mic. It's the
It was the board?
Yeah.
Nice.
This is like two or 3 months of me trying to fucking. I was like, what?
It was
And I
not-
just kept turning it barely. Like barely.
Yeah.
Barely.
Like one notch or whatever.
Right. Right.
Yeah, a little quiet in the chat today. Little quiet. That's funny, though. So what's going on, Phoenix? How you doing? There's Val. I know Val's driving, so probably not going to get a whole lot of talking from her. She'll probably show up here about 25 minutes or so.
Right on. All right. So, anyways, anything else new with you or? Not
With
really?
me, not really. I mean, it's the same shit. Nothing really new to report since last week. I'm still trying to help the folks out. I didn't go over there and help them that much this weekend, but it was nice that my little brother was down. So
Yeah.
he like when I got over there, he was helping them. So it was nice that like he got in there and he was busting his ass this
And
weekend.
then you
so.
like sat down with a beer.
Yeah,
and,
so
like,
I didn't necessarily have to as
Right.
much. I helped my mom do a little bit of like getting some dirt out of the front yard because what they're trying to do is they're building a little spot where they can put the paver bricks down and make a little like patio area in the front.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's legit. It's funny because my family really big on outdoors. My dad likes to go camping, but we're just really big on being outdoors in general. Like you'll always see me, I'm always sitting out back or out front. Like I just like being outside, and like that's my folks because they had that big yard. You know, they had random tables around the property that were in various areas where you could sit, you could hang out, and you could just kind of watch traffic. That's what we like to do. And now they moved to a different part of town where like people don't hang out front of their house.
Is it more of like a court or something, or just
No.
more a lesser street?
It's
like?
no, it's actually it's on Miller, right?
Okay.
But the thing is like that neighborhood. It's a nice neighborhood, but you don't typically see people hanging out front of their house. Like if someone was going to have people over or they were going to do anything, they either be inside or in their backyards, right? But like my dad's like, no, fuck that. We're going to put a table right here in the front. On the front lawn, you know what I mean? Like that's what we like to do. We like to hang out in the front,
Yeah.
like talk to people as they walk by, and fucking watch traffic. So I don't know. It was kind of cool, like to help them like
setting
sort
up
of
a
put that
new
together.
place, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I get to get a little bit more excited about it as we get the floors finished, so I can actually start going in and doing the electronic stuff. But I'm gonna try and set them up with all the smart home and voice assistant and all
there
that
you
type
go.
of shit. Because
Cool.
my mom likes it, and my dad I think will use it if it's set up to do something that's useful to him. But I'm gonna make it so that there are like mechanical bypasses, like all the lights will work just by using the light switches.
Yeah.
But you'll be able to control them with your voice if you wanted to. That's what I'm excited to get set up.
You're all excited. I could tell.
Did you see on Facebook what I made my Google Assistant do?
No.
If you say intruder alert to it, it'll tell you. If you try it right here, you can do it. Say it to this one. Hey Google, intruder alert. See if she'll do it.
No, it won't.
Yeah. It says, "Welcome to the rice fields, motherfucker," and it's playing "Fortunate Son" by Creedence Clearwater.
Nice. I think you have it on mute, remember?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why. But that's what it's doing.
Yep. That's fucking awesome. And when I get the lights all set up, what I'll do is I'll have it turn off all the lights and make the night vision noise.
There you
The
go.
little boot up noise.
Oh, that'd be sick.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Where are you driving to, Phoenix? Where are you going today? Something happened to our stream here. What's going on? Why is this black on my screen? Okay, there it is. Commuting home? You just getting done with work for the day or what? I know that's what Val's doing. She dropped off her coworker buddy and is now heading down here. Yeah, we got no freedom fighters in the. Well, we have a couple of freedom fighters. We're missing a lot of freedom fighters though. I'm gonna put this out on Facebook, see if we can get some.
Trying to figure out if Chris is making to the podcast. I don't know.
okay.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure yet. He had to stay at work.
Well, that always sucks.
Okay, he says see us at 7. So that's a relief for the podcast. I've been watching horror movies like at least 2 a day.
Yeah.
This last week and a half.
I've
dude.
been noticing
Yeah.
you've been grinding.
I'm posting on my Facebook like probably like 80% of them, but I've still been watching some and like in between times. Or if I'm doing research for the podcast or I'm doing something else, I'll have one on that like I just enjoy.
Yeah,
But I've been putting tons on, bro.
that's good.
Getting in the spirit of Halloween.
I know. I can dig it too. I think. Do you want to do the pumpkin thing next week on the
we
live
can do it.
stream? Okay. Yeah. So we'll do.
Jamie's been first off, Jamie's been craving to carve a pumpkin.
Yes, I haven't carved a pumpkin in several years, and I think every year I say it, and then like every year I'm like, I don't want to fucking deal with that.
So we're gonna probably do it right here.
Yeah, so we just got to do it on the live stream. We'll just carve a pumpkin right here. You know, I'll make the stupid triangle eye pumpkin, or I'll make a taxation of stuff. We don't know.
Whatever.
You know, it'll be whatever's in
Bust
our
out a
heart that day.
Sharpie and just
Yeah, just draw. Yeah.
yeah.
I'll freehand our logo
Like
on
the
it.
worst jack-o'-lantern ever.
Just hollow triangle eyes, like the tooth, the smile with the one tooth
The
coming out
Loonies
of it.
logo.
The Loonies logo. Hell yeah, that'd be awesome. Okay, cool. I just put it out on Facebook too, so we'll see if any of these guys want to get in here. A Taco Bell pumpkin, yes. Oh, that'd be fucking awesome because they have that. You get the one logo they had like in the 90s. It's only like 3 colors, so you could do it with that depth gradient where you get the 3 different colors of orange or whatever. We could probably fucking make that work. I'm gonna look up Taco Bell logos.
See if there's a simple one. They probably have just a simple bell one, right?
I bet you someone's done this before. So that's
Oh
what
yeah,
I'm doing.
we already are seeing them right now.
Yes.
Yeah, they look amazing.
Oh, that is doable. That is awesome.
Oh man,
Oh, that's fucking genius. Just get that's right there. That's all we
we're
need.
gonna be talking about Taco Bell, believe it or not, on the podcast tonight.
Yeah, who'd have thought?
Yeah,
That's a weird.
yeah.
It's a weird thing. Oh man, yeah, this is just beautiful.
Yeah. There was a story going around, so we're going to cover that and then another part of the Taco Bell experience. So, Jamie doesn't even know yet.
I'm not surprised when it comes to Taco Bell though. So
I'm not leading with it this time, though. So, normally
Okay.
it's like the top story, but it's going to be in the second half of the show.
I can dig it, man. I can dig it.
Yeah, we got a Halloween theme. It's going to have some pumpkin stuff. It's going to be cool. Some horror movies. I'm going to do a vampire countdown movie list.
Nice.
So I made a little
No,
video.
I'm looking forward to it. You
Yeah.
and
Chris.
Chris have put in quite a bit of effort in the next several shows, and then
The Halloween one's going to be
yeah, I'm just excited about it. So just so you guys know, like the creative element for the show is like 98% Chris and Johnny, and then the other 2% is everybody else, I think. So
You're
it's
talking
like-
about the podcast, not live stream.
right? Yeah, the podcast. I got like the creative element as far as for the artwork, but like when it comes to content, if it's not an article that I'm like bringing up, chances are they brought it up or they did the research on it.
Or
So
a
just
stupid video.
yeah, so just a quick shout out to the two of you guys because
Thank you.
I've seen all the fucking like you guys be down here for hours and you're like, dude, check out what we just made, and they made all these like compilation videos and
I would say that like 80% of it is finding stuff. Like we'll spend 2 hours and 5 minutes of actual work gets done, but it's always looking for shit, you know?
Yep, the research part.
Yeah. Or just the looking up, bro. It's so hard finding stuff. Like we're gonna do one tonight about it'll be out tomorrow for you guys, but like the horror culture, and it's like we couldn't find anything like documentaries or anything like that. I mean, there's stuff that has to do with the fans and some of the conventions, but it's generally about the movies. And then we had to look at I looked up a bunch of the directors to like figure out like how it was when they were kids and what inspired stuff, you know. So I went through a lot of that stuff, but it's like there's not one thing about, you would think because it's like cosplay or something is a huge thing. Even that really didn't have a lot of history on it. Like
So there's not really one like all-encompassing like documentary is what you were looking for. Okay.
no, nothing, dude.
That's funny. So Phoenix says she's got about 45-minute commute. She says I usually finish off the podcast on with a beer on my porch.
There you go.
That's fucking that sounds just wonderful and relaxing. Actually, yeah, Johnny and I were just out on the porch, and I was having a beer.
Yeah.
He wasn't, but, you know.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I made up for it that Sunday morning technically till 7 in the morning drinking.
That was fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
I was surprised you were up.
Dude, I was like
Jamie's
super stoked.
up. That was cool.
I like waited for you guys to be up because I realized we had been out for way the fuck too late and all this sort of shit, and then it was like, yeah. And then I had to fucking tell you guys about that dude at the bar.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking put his arm around my neck.
Yeah.
Don't
Well, that
fucking-
was like what, like around like 2:30 something. It wasn't super late when I got here.
Yeah, between 2:30 and 3 because
Yeah.
I went to bed at like 2.
It was like 4 hours of drinking, so I don't know. But when you're doing shots, it's
You guys are the ones. I didn't touch the shots. I was like,
Yeah.
nope.
Yep.
I had plenty.
Yep. That was fun.
That was a good time.
Shout out to Steven.
Yep. Yeah, that was cool. Did you guys get anything fucking crazy over the weekend?
Nah.
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 Nothing to
Not
report?
nothing fun.
Yeah, I didn't really have anything crazy happen this weekend. I had a buddy of mine's birthday party. Shout out to Justin. He doesn't watch the show, but I mean, I've shouted out him quite a few times. We actually, we had like a great 12-year-old birthday party, and it was the best thing I think we could have done that day. We fucking went to laser tag.
Oh, there you go.
First off, and it's like we absolutely love it because it's like you go in there and like they're just little kids. It's like fucking fish in a barrel, dude. Little
yeah.
kids. And they have this, it's insane. They use this fucking Zerg mentality where they're just hordes of them run like through the corridors and stuff. And so like you come around the corner and there's like 12 of them there. And so like if you do it right, you can just keep picking them one by one and they don't quite know where you are if you're above or below them.
Right.
And you're just like running through. Yeah, you can like get the whole line. It was
It's your
pretty
zombie
funny.
training.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I like it.
And then after that we went and got dinner. First time I ever went to Buca de Beppo. Never been there before. It's a like family style serving where
Yep.
like you order something and it's supposed to feed 3 people.
Yeah, I've been there.
Very,
Yeah.
very, very fucking confusing.
Yeah,
Our,
it is.
Our bill was like $430. It was insane. There was
Yeah.
11 of us.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah.
It was fucking brutal. Do you know how rough that was? Like trying to figure out what 11 different people wanted, and we all had to like, pick shit that.
Yeah.
It was a nightmare.
Everyone's paying $50 and shit.
I paid $50. Yeah, straight up. I straight up paid $50.
There's always that one asshole that put in $10.
Well, what happened was like we straight up
Calling
split
out
it.
your friends.
We split it 10 ways or whatever, and we're just like, okay, so everyone is $43, and then whatever if you want to put in for tip. And then I had a buddy of mine who ordered a small something for him and his wife, which feeds 3 people. They brought him a large, and then at the very end, he fucking put in his card and was like, just $100, whatever, $50 person, no
Yeah.
problem. He was like, he was gonna pay as if he was splitting the bill just like everyone else, even though like he ordered a small, got a large, had to pay for a large, and then he was
Right.
like, fuck it, I'll pay just like everybody else. And so we like fixed the bill so that way we gave all that like back to him, like so he didn't pay for anything but his own stuff. But the fact that like I just love that like we have friends and we're all at the stage where we are like financially, where it's just like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. There it is.
Right.
And because we were even having a joke, my buddy Gibbs was there. Shout out to Gibbs. He said, like, usually you get you get that and you get that bill, and you always get the one friend. He's like, bro, I have $16 in my pocket. And you're like, then why did you come here? Like, this is stupid.
It happens. There's always like one.
You saw that the cheapest entree was $40, and you went ahead with that $18 in your pocket, and you were like, yeah, let's run this. We'll just worry about it at the end.
See, I called it. I knew there was one.
Fucking out of your mind. It was he was just joking that there used to be that, but it didn't actually happen this time, so we got lucky. But we had a good time. Then after dinner, we went over to Golfland. We did a mini golf.
Oh, damn, bro.
Yeah, it was fun. Justin ended up going because we had so many people. We just did it in 2 different groups, and I was in the group with Justin's dad. And Justin's dad, known the guy for a really long time. Love him. He is, however, extremely competitive. And so, like, whenever you're doing something that is competitive, like, he has a tendency to get into a bad mood about it really quick if he's not doing well.
Shit.
And I was like, this motherfucker stuck me in the group with his dad. Like, I
Right.
see what you did, you motherfucker. You didn't want to deal with him. I ended up being the one that got fucking salty because I started sucking shit at mini golf. Dude, and
The pressure was on.
it was like we were all sober. You know what I mean? Like, it was like midnight and all of us are sober in San Jose. And we're
Angry
like,
and sober.
I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Just not having fun.
Feel like
And-
the heat is on is playing in the background, and there's like a montage of you angry.
I am competitive, and so like especially when it comes to golf, I'm really bad at golf. What I like about mini golf is I like making the ball go through the little fucking obstacles and through the windmill and through the loop-de-loop and that kind of shit. But then when it comes to putting the fucker in the hole at the end, I'm like, just give me a 5. I'm out of here. We go to the next fucking hole. I said, give me a 5. I'm out of here so many fucking times, dude. It was awesome.
Wow. Anger.
Pretty sure I got dead last. But I had the best loop, though.
Dude, I don't even want to know what the score
I
is.
didn't
Fuck,
even-
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I just kept, Val was keeping score. I didn't ask her what my final score was. I didn't fucking care.
Knowing Valerie, she's going to post it right now.
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah, Val, if you have...
She's
do
just
you,
like blast him right now.
do you have my final score? Our
She's
final
like,
score?
I don't remember it, but he was dead last.
Yeah, I should kick my ass, that's for sure. I did get 1 hole in 1.
There you go.
It was one of those ones where, like, it was a timed door, and, like, it was in the middle of the track, so you had to go around a corner and then through the door that you couldn't actually see.
Yeah, I know what one you're talking.
And-
You're on Winfield, right? You're talking about by Oak Ridge Mall.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I nailed it. It was awesome. I got 1 hole in 1, but then it didn't matter. 69 for you, 60 for me. Yeah, she fucking
There you
yeah.
go.
So I was 9
Told you.
strokes ahead of her. That's how it
See, I
goes.
told you. I knew she's gonna remember that.
Yeah. Oh, she probably still has the card with her. I'm assuming.
Shit. Oh, that's fucking hilarious. Poor Jamie.
I'm too fucking competitive.
You can't be
for my own thing.
competitive when you suck at something. You
I
just
know.
gotta kind of
No, I can't.
enjoy it
I can't.
and practice
I
it.
can't
No, okay.
because it's like I just want to fucking hit the ball through the goddamn windmill. That's
The
what
ones
I
I
wanna do.
hate are those fucking mound ones where you have to get it.
The anthill
Those
ones.
ones, it's like
Yeah.
that one. I would just be like, okay, after like 6 tries, you're just like, I'm fucking done.
See, the first time those things I fucking got 2. 2 strokes. I fucking made it in.
That's good.
So then the second one that I came up with was a little bit taller. That one I was fucking give me a fucking 5. Like I'm getting out of here. I couldn't do
Over
it.
the line.
Yeah. Market 0.
Yeah. This is a nom. There are rules.
Yeah, nope. That's another reason why like I can't go bowling for people's birthdays and shit because like people wait too long or they go off and they get drinks at the bar and then everyone has to fucking wait for them. I'm like, if we're gonna go bowling for your birthday, I will go, but I'm getting my own fucking lane because I can't do with you normies and your fucking bowling. Like I can't fucking do it.
Oh man, that's hilarious. I didn't know that, Jamie.
And I'm not even that good of a bowler. I just I can't do it at your pace because it pisses me off. I can't enjoy it that way.
There you go.
So there's that.
Patience.
I don't have much of it.
Yeah, I can tell now.
Yeah. I have never.
It's funny
been
how
very-
like I would take you as more of a patient person overall, but
And I'm
when
totally
you're, Yeah,
not.
you're not.
I'm totally.
Yeah.
There are some things I have patience for.
Sure.
There are some things I have absolutely none for. When you're holding up my bowling line, that's one that I don't have any patience for. You're like talking to
You're
your
like at
friends.
Chuck E.
that
Cheese,
shut
like elbowing kids for the.
up. fucking roll. This is skee ball. God damn it.
Oh man, just like Chuck hitting him in the head and shit.
boxing them out,
Well.
elbowing them in the ribs.
Yep.
Jesus.
Oh man. So you had the Hong Kong thing you want to talk about? You were saying.
Yeah, we can more so talk about that on the podcast, I think, if we can fit it in.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
no, you know what? I'll bring it up here just because it is an interesting situation. So you guys should be aware if you live anywhere but under a rock.
China.
Yeah, or unless you live in China. China's been kind of going nuts over there. They're getting a lot of protesters calling for liberation, calling for revolution. They're trying to protest against their tyrannical government, and they are wishing that we had things like the First Amendment and the Second Amendment over there protecting their rights. So they don't. And there's a lot of people that are over in the U.S. that are in various other industries, like the gaming industry, that are trying to make a splash and sort of turn people's heads towards what's going on over there, and the industry has been shutting them down. Specifically, a company called Blizzard Activision, they had banned one of their players for wearing a mask on his live stream interview, showing solidarity for Hong Kong after a win that he got. The company, so Blizzard, ultimately banned him, and they took away his winnings, and he will not be able to play Hearthstone is the game again until next year, I think in October. So the company is essentially saying if you are going to bring your political stance into our arena, we have the ability to terminate your membership.
And that was the company's out of China. Is that what it was?
No, the company is a U.S. company.
Okay, that's what I didn't know.
Yeah, so what a lot of people are saying is what they're seeing a U.S. based company cater towards what
A foreign country's interest.
the Chinese government doesn't want its people to see. So this is
Big surprise there.
yeah. Now this is one of those things where it's like I'm upset that this company that I love so much, I've grown up with this company. I've been playing their games ever since the 90s, and to see them like sort of
Bow down.
yeah, towards the will of this foreign country, it's really disheartening. But on the other hand, like Blizzard has always been a company that's always about entertainment and about the games. And if they have asked you or you signed a contract with them specifically saying that you would not do this, and then you do it and you get banned, you kind of shit the bed. Like you kind of did that to yourself, I think. Unfortunately, there is no room for like our First Amendment in a private institution such as a gaming arena. Just like how we talk about it being.
Did they let him know though that he can't do that stuff, and he just did it anyway?
I don't
That's
think-
the thing. I don't think.
I don't
they
think
did.
they specifically said that, right? But anytime you make an account for one of those games, you have to abide by the terms of service. And if it was in there or anything even close to saying that they could say
Right.
that's what they
the
meant,
legalese of it. Yeah.
yep, they're just gonna do it. So technically, he did agree with it. He would have known if he would have read the entire terms of conditions. I'm sure he would have
Yeah, who
gotten
does that?
an idea, but nobody does it. Yeah, exactly. But that's always there for them to go back and say, well, here it is. You signed it, and so you have nothing to complain about. It just sucks because it is a private institution. So yeah, they can make up the rules. They can kick anyone out for any reason, and we can't really complain about it.
Well, they're probably the ones that are making all their products, right? So even though it's a U.S. company, they're probably the ones.
Quite possibly.
So that would probably be why.
Quite possibly. Yeah, we never know. Maybe they don't want to upset their distributors or
Yeah.
whatever. It's interesting though because it's not like it's. You would think that if they were going to have any ties to them, like if they were say they manufacture their like toys or something over in China, like the government wouldn't necessarily have a whole lot to do with that. It would be just the contract between the two different companies,
yeah.
right? But then again, I guess like if the government was like, "Oh, that company that you're making shit for is saying bad stuff about us," well, now you don't get to export to the U.S. Oh, fuck! Now I'm fucked. So I can see where like there's a political game that could be played there, but mostly it's just upsetting to me to see this company that I care so much for, and I have friends working for who I'm sure don't support this
Right.
decision.
But bow down to their needs to
Yep.
ass kiss to another country.
To a foreign government, right? And they're making a big deal about it. Like, I saw this thing. It was a meme, right? And it looked like it was from The Simpsons, where it's obviously like the leader of China, and he's pulling up next to like a fucking prostitute, and the prostitute
Oh yeah.
has tattoos all down her legs, and it's all the different companies, everything that has to do with Disney and Fox and Blizzard and Activision, all these companies that are like changing the way they do things to appease the Chinese government, all down her legs. It was just like, and it says something like, yeah, like I'll do whatever you want me to, or I'll say whatever you want me to say, daddy, or something like
Yeah,
that.
sure.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, they all do that shit. They all bow down to each other. Whether it's a big business ran through government, because that's how they all are. There is no true free big business. They're always through the laws. So whether it's that or a company, you know what I mean? Like or the government's laws. It's always like some kind of government control involved in that, though.
Yeah,
always.
absolutely. Well, because
political pressures, laws, whatever the fuck. There's always something.
Well, even in the example that we just gave, like, they could be something that stupid. Like, even if your company, because you get stuff made over in China, you have to appease to that government, because if you go against it, they'll cut off your distribution chain.
Or your dick.
Yeah, or your dick. That's how they go.
Mm-hmm. And pretty much almost do that. So,
yeah.
I mean, just look up what they do to their prisoners and shit.
Let's see. So, Bianca's here. I got caught up listening to a murder podcast. Okay.
Oh, nice.
All right, nice. Hey, that might be kind of cool. Little murder podcast.
Yeah, Chris listens to some of those horror-ish type ones.
Yeah,
He's brought up like I think 2.
He did.
So.
That's right. Yeah.
I listen. We're gonna do a one podcast. We're gonna talk about next week on the show. So not this episode. What is it? Today
be 61.
Today's 60, or tomorrow's gonna be 61.
Yeah.
The following one I'm gonna do a podcast, talk about it.
Okay.
So a horror podcast, movie podcast. So it's a pretty cool one.
We watched a documentary about the terms and agreements on Netflix. I have not watched it. Was there? So a documentary about terms and agreements, that
sounds fun.
Yeah.
It's like the same reason why you don't read
I don't read the terms of agreements. Well, so Phoenix, did you learn something in there that is like vastly
fascinating,
useful, like overall? Because when I think of a documentary about that, like when I worked in the gaming industry, I had to be the guy that enforced the terms of service. So I had to know it very well, and so people could say, where in this thing does it say I can't do that? And like I would have to go through and show them like the one line that was vague enough to mean anything I didn't like they couldn't do.
Right.
So that's really, the terms and conditions is just fucking lawyerese to basically tell you that you voluntarily signed up for this, and right here it says that I can take it away whenever I want. So I mean that is what the terms of service ultimately are. I had a lot of people don't know that if you give someone your account for something, and they use your account credentials to log into it, that's a bannable offense on, I think, every single thing that has an account, because that's called sharing account information, right? You're not allowed to do that. I had so many kids, I would ban them because they were hacking in one of my games. And the emails I would get would be like, oh, well, it was my little brother on my account. It was my little brother on my account. It was my little brother on my account. So much so that I made a shirt for the company that said I let my little brother use my account, and all I got was banned. Mm-hmm. I made a fucking shirt.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
And like I would post it in the forums and be like, you guys keep doing this. I don't understand why you're not learning. It doesn't matter who did it. It means that your account did it, and therefore it is in violation, and it's fucked. So it doesn't. You're
responsible for your own, who you give it out to.
Exactly.
And all that, so.
Oh, well, I gave my account to my little brother, so it was him. Oh, okay. Well, then you're not banned for hacking then. Oh, okay, good. You're actually banned for sharing account info. Oh, fuck. Like I've done that so many times to people.
Nice.
Because they admit that they did something bannable trying to defend themselves from saying they didn't do it, and it's like, well, you're still banned then. You just told me you broke 2 laws instead of 1. I don't know what the fuck you thought you were going to get out of.
Yeah. Dumb kids.
That was a fun job. That was a very fun job to get that little bit of power
just
trip,
being
like out. Oh, dude. Well, because ultimately, like, it's customer service, right? So, like, the things that I would tell them weren't worded exactly as I'm saying them now, because I'd have to, they're my customers, right? But I mean, I don't know. It depends. Money talks, though. You definitely treated the users who paid money differently than the users who did not pay money.
Of course.
Yeah, they afforded themselves several luxuries that you didn't get if you were a free-to-play user. Let's see. Pretty interesting. Some crazy stuff. Okay, that's cool, Phoenix. Yeah, she's saying it's pretty interesting. It doesn't show all the crazy stuff like Google and Apple, Microsoft. But okay, she's using hands-free typing, so that's why some of it's not coming through quite like she wants it to. That sounds. I mean, I'll check it. Do you know? Can you give us the title of it? Because that way I can at least look it up and like watch a trailer or something and see if it's like something I might be interested in watching. But yeah, actually, I think Val's gonna be here in a minute. I'm just gonna go unlock the front door for her.
Oh, here's Corey. Let's see.
Oh. I'm going to unlock the front door for you, Val, just FYI, so when you get here, you can just come in.
Let's see if Corey's on here. Oh, man.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, you got to the bottom what you had to do, and I had the bottom of what I had to do.
There it is. Yep.
A little pause in the show.
Oh, Jennifer in the chat. There she is. What's up, Jen? It's been a while.
What's it? She says it's. Does she have the name there?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it's on there. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, so there's apparently a documentary on Netflix that's about terms and agreements. Terms and conditions. It's all good. I could probably look it up here myself, Phoenix. I just wanted to see if you knew it off the top of your head. There's Corey.
Hey, what up?
There's my dude.
What up, Chuck?
Yeah. Couple more freedom fighters
There you go.
filing in.
Yeah, and then what was the other? So we were talking about Hong Kong, and so then the other thing that we saw was how they banned import from the mainland China to Hong Kong, the black clothing.
Black clothing, yeah. Black clothing.
So that was another thing that we saw this week come out.
It's getting crazy over there, man. Like this is now. I just want everyone to sort of watch what happens here. Like it's either so one of two things is going to happen, right? Like Hong Kong's going to full on go into like civilian revolution, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or we're just going to stop seeing it in the media. And we're all going
Probably
to fucking
that.
forget about it. It's going to go the
Yeah.
way of the fucking Occupy movement went. You know what I
Or
mean?
something big's going to happen in the world, and then everyone's going to talk about that. And
Yeah.
It's just going to,
We're just going to forget
it
about
always
it.
is like that.
Yeah, the next big fucking thing. It's just so frustrating. What do we do? You know what I mean? I
What
don't.
up,
I don't.
Steve?
I don't know what to do. It's crazy.
Hey, Chuck, you been watching any good horror movies lately? Or anyone else? Any freedom fighters? For the Halloween season?
Yeah, you guys getting your Halloween on? You guys checking us out on social media? Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Pornhub. You guys get yourself a sweet shirt, bro. You go to
Just like Jamie.
shop.spreadshirt.com/grim86.
Or this guy behind us.
Yeah, we have that on a shirt. Definitely. Check it out, man. Get yourself a bag, a button, a mouse pad. We got all kinds of stuff up there. You want a thermos? You know? Well, all sorts of shit.
It's a weird word.
A thermos?
Thermos.
Thermos.
Yeah,
Thermo-S. Yeah, I don't know. So it is a weird word.
it is a weird word.
All these free. We need to do another. Damn. I was like, we need to do another barbecue, but I'm like, fuck, that's kind of depressing.
Not right
to think
now.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll think about that later after the
Uh,
command bunker gets squared away.
Dang.
Yeah, we got to look into that too because we got the two providers.
Mm-hmm.
John has that information we got to get
Yeah.
figured out. What does he say? John Wick 3? Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. That's not a horror movie though.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was because
Yeah,
it was
we haven't
so bad.
seen it yet. Yeah.
Horrible.
Was it good? Did you like
Yeah,
it?
did you like it?
Because, I mean, I thought that the first and second... Okay, so first of all, I never went into John Wick thinking it was going to be some sort of cinematic masterpiece. The first one surprised me. It was
good.
actually better than I thought it was going to be. Second one, also good.
Yeah.
Not as good as the first one,
Yeah, of
right?
course,
So, I mean,
of
that's what
course.
you do.
Of course.
Now, the third one, they're just like, all right, we're doing it fucking Matrix style. There's going to be like 9 of them, apparently. So, and then...
Fast and Furious style,
Fast and
actually.
Furious
Yeah,
style, that's
yeah,
better.
Jesus.
So now I'm like, cool. Let's just watch. Now that I know for sure, let's just watch Keanu Reeves like fucking kick people's asses in
Pretty much.
various like creative ways. Cool.
And get his car wrecked every fucking
Yeah. Oh, dude, there's this new movie coming out. A new like shoot 'em up, beat 'em up style movie coming out. That shout out to Jennifer for giving me that terminology there. It's called Bloodshot, and it's going to be starring Vin Diesel. And he's going to be like some fucking super. It's got like a revenge story, kind of like The Punisher.
I think it's a comic book, dude.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I think it's an Image.
I didn't know
comic.
that.
I think it's an Image comic, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, so apparently it's like a family gets killed. There's a corporation, and then he's back, and he's like rebuilt, and now he's mad. So I mean, reading the article, I'm like, great, like this is going to be a terrible movie, but I'm super excited about it. I don't care. It's Vin Diesel, and he's going to be an action fucking.
He's 50-50 for me.
I
So,
like him.
Yeah.
He's family.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
Family.
Chuck say something about the movie Head Jerk.
Yeah, Bloodshot, Valiant comic from the 90s.
Okay, there you go.
Cool.
I was
Good
close.
intel.
I was close.
I didn't know that. I mean, it looked cool.
Is he Chuck? Is he the dude that had the Rising Sun T-shirt, like the Japanese dot thing?
Okay.
I think that might be the same guy. I'm thinking. See if he says yes or no. You're like, what are you talking about? Yes. Okay, I was right. Okay, now I know. I think he had like a flat top, and he like had a white shirt with the red.
The Rising.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm interested. Like it just to me.
Yeah, on his chat. Yeah.
It just said like from reading it, I was like, oh, cool. Like it just seems like a, toxic masculine action movie. I'm like, fucking awesome.
Sounds good to me.
I want to watch it. We need a little more of that. I
Take
think.
my money.
Yep. Shut up and take my money.
And then usually you're like, this sucked. Yeah.
Well, you know me when I come out of a movie, like I'm one of those guys. I'm just happy to be there. You know
Hey
what
Chuck,
I mean?
I bought Red Scorpion again for like the third time or fourth time in my life with Dolph Lundgren. I just
Dolph.
I either like will loan it out and it gets like misplaced or something happens to it or whatever, and I just have to buy it again.
Yep. That'll go.
So.
I think I bought the second Linkin Park album like 3 times for the same reason.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, I liked it.
Yeah, but it sucks having to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. There's one I was gonna say and I can't remember. There's another one I've had to do that. Oh yeah, Chuck, what up about Last Man Standing? I think I loaned that one to him and like was supposed to get that one back. And then John, that's another thing. John's got my Deadpool 2, bro.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, so I will be breaking arms if I don't get that one back.
You can just watch it on my Vudu.
No, that's all bad.
That's not how it goes.
I need my fucking property, bro. Shout out to John.
You guys sound good in AirPods. Nice, Bianca.
John. What is it?
Was she saying that we sound good in the Apple headphones, the AirPods?
Cool. Very cool.
She's saying hers.
What did Chuck just say? He
said, dude, I still have it.
Sweet. That's cool.
That's legit.
Yeah, that's a good movie, dude. Last Man Standing with Bruce Willis. It's one of those ones that gets kind of like no one really talks about it. So it's pretty cool.
Was Chuck the one that I met out here in the driveway, or was that Tim?
No, that was Tim.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've met Chuck in person.
Probably not.
I don't know, Chuck. Have we met in person? I feel like we haven't.
I don't think so, dude. He has been to Longhouse a couple times, but I don't know.
Maybe we've met each other in passing. I have no idea.
Mm-hmm. So Chuck, you really haven't been watching any horror movies? I'm surprised. He's one of the guys I talk to about the horror movies.
Horror fan.
Yeah.
I booted up this one game that I've been playing for a long time. I haven't played it in a while, and they do a Halloween event every year, and so like it's a shooter. So you're running around these like massive levels or whatever, and there'll just be a pumpkin like sitting like in the middle of nowhere.
Just for no reason?
Yeah, well, because it's Halloween, right? It's
Right.
it's a jack-o'-lantern, actually. It has a
Right.
face on it. But you can, like, walk up to it and you interact with it, and it gives you some fucking useless item. But I don't know. I love it when games do that. Like, everyone, especially when I worked in the industry, every time a company has a holiday-themed event, one, the rewards are never good enough for the players.
Mm-hmm.
They never appreciate the amount of effort that went into building whatever it was they built for that. and it's just never good enough, and nobody ever like enjoys it. They're just like, you shouldn't even do this stupid event because it's useless, and it's like, or you can just shut the fuck up and let people who are enjoying it enjoy it.
Right.
Like I'll tell you about something vindictive that I've done before about that kind of shit, but a Christmas is another one. So I know for sure, like in games like Grand Theft Auto, what they do is like they make it snowy for for a couple of days in like December.
Mm-hmm.
Now this doesn't happen in any other way, shape, or form in the game unless a hacker is in the game and they turn it on. So having snow in the game is actually kind of like you only get to enjoy it once a year. And like me, I'm the kind of guy, like I'm really big into rally cars. So I have a bunch of rally cars. So
Right.
getting in one of my rally cars and flying around the city in fucking snow is like the best time in the world to me.
There you go.
But I've gone into.
But people get mad about it?
People will get mad. There's like, it's fucking stupid. It's useless. Like, because there may be certain things that like, because that event is on now, like these little like bonuses pop up in certain areas, and they're things that weren't there before. They just add to the game, but people are like, that's dumb. It doesn't give me $1 million, so I don't care about it. Like they don't.
And it's like a couple days.
Yeah. But I've gone to, like, I used to run this Monster Spawn event in one of the games I used to run. Okay, so I would go to a specific location that the coordinates were predetermined. All the players knew to meet there, and I would spawn these giant waves of like boss monsters that you normally have to fight through dungeons to get to, and they would just be out in an area that everyone could get to. So you team up, you take them down, you collect whatever end game like good items they have, and then you come back next week and we do it again. Well,
Right.
There are people there like, this event is so stupid. I wish you guys wouldn't even do it. And then like it was a low turnout one day for that event, and so I said, okay, it's canceled. And so I wrote on the thing that every person on the server saw. I was like, this guy said this event is dumb, so it's canceled. So I just called him
Nice.
out like in front of everybody.
Nice.
And then I just left. So like however many people were like messaging him and being like, what the fuck, you asshole? Like you just ruined this event and like all this sort of shit.
I like it.
So that was one
was a good one.
vindictive thing I
Yeah.
did. I was like, well, if you guys are going to fucking appreciate it, I'm not even going to do it.
Yeah. I like it. I like that, dude.
It was funny. It was good
Teached
times.
him. You teached him.
Teached him.
Passive aggressive bullying.
Dude, it was fucking. I've done some more aggressive bullying too. When it was like that.
I like your smile when you said that, too.
So the one of the things that they would like when we would drop them is these it was an NPC, so like a monster, and it was a hand, like a floating hand, like an armored glove, and it would like open like 3 or 4 times, and every time it would open, a new like chest would appear on the ground. And so certain chests would have these stones in them. They're called moonstones, I think. And what I would do is I could spawn them in a stack, which is like a lot of items. I could put like 10 million of them in
Right.
like one, in one. And you put that on the ground. Now every one of those items has a weight, and your overall like maximum weight has to be more than what you're trying to pick up. Otherwise, you can't pick it up.
Okay.
So like 10 million of these things on the ground is impossible for any character to pick up, even my character with my abnormal stats, right? I have like godly stats.
Mhm. You would if you had robot hands.
So you would see a horde of players gather around
Trying
this
to-
stack, and they're picking it up. What they would do is they're trying to get more weight available in the inventory, so they start taking off their armor and putting it on the ground and it's like their good end game armor that they've like grinded for and worked for. Other people start picking them up and stealing it and shit.
Say.
Dude, and then I just spawn giant monsters on top of them and kill them all. So it was just a ploy. And like after a couple of weeks of this
the
behavior, the players started getting smart, and they would be like, don't do it, don't go out there, oh my god, no. And they would just be like, RIP, and they would just watch their friends get killed because they knew there was just going to be a giant fucking dragon
That
spawn on
is
top of
awesome.
them or something.
That's pretty cool. What game was that, you said?
That game was called Last Chaos. And I don't think it's up anymore, but that was for one of the gaming companies I worked for, and that was a really great community. They ended up really liking me because I don't know what it was, but like every time you got a new GM, they were all kind of like, they didn't like you because you're like a new cop, right? And like we don't want fucking cops, right? So, but you do like kind of like what the police do is like you go into the forums and you work on your public relations and your forward facing messages and stuff like that, and eventually they realize that like, like ultimately like I'm here to make this more enjoyable for you because you guys are paying to keep our service alive.
I see you got called a bully.
I got called the bully. Let's
Yeah.
see. Jamie the bully. Can't even say it without a law. Owen. Fucking Owen. Thanks, bro. Yeah, well, it was only I was only able to be a bully because I was behind a keyboard, so that's how it works
Keyboard
for me.
commando, bro.
Keyboard commando,
Yeah.
dude. Keyboard warrior.
That's pretty funny though, dude.
Yeah, it was a good time. Like the working in the game industry was a lot of fun. And then I did that same job for a different company, but it just the game wasn't as popular, so the community wasn't as big and not as active. But yeah, those are fun times, man. Like it's just it's hard sometimes too because like the players will come to you with these like very advanced like issues that they have about like stuff that's in the very end of the game. And like me as a game master, like not only have I never played this game, like
Right.
I'm also not going to because I work on it and it is not fun for me to play.
It would not be fun.
Yeah, like I think we tried as a team, like we all teamed up and like we started playing through it because it is beneficial for you to understand the core mechanics of the game, especially if you're gonna be talking to people about how you guys plan
Yeah,
to
but
fix them. And
not like playing it as like a hobby type or fun. Or
I
whatever.
tried to play
Recreation.
both of the games that I've worked on, and like it's felt like pulling teeth, dude. I'm like, I don't want to fucking do this. Like, I would play it at work because I'm getting paid to do it,
Right.
but like I wouldn't go home and fucking boot the same game up. I'm like, I'm gonna play a real game. Thanks.
Anything but that.
It was just so weird. Like
And then you turn on Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the
Yeah,
Hedgehog.
sure.
There it is. My Pac-Man.
Yeah, there you go.
Pac-Man video games and hula hoops.
So no one apparently is watching fucking horror movies during the month of October.
I watched Hocus Pocus the other day.
That's still closer than anyone else's named on there. So I'm like, unless someone said something I can't see. So
No, I don't
No,
think
nothing?
no one said anything
No?
about watching any.
I'm kind of surprised,
movies.
man.
Chuck said that Dolph Lundgren's best Punisher.
Oh, there you go. You ever see that one, Jamie?
Long time ago, like where he cauterizes himself with a fucking knife and shit.
Yeah, I don't remember that part, but yeah, it's the old Dolph Lundgren.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you have to check it out again if you got it.
It's been a long
I have
time.
it.
I would. I'm down. Like just because it's like I remember when I watched the first time and like the dude that showed it to me is like we all know that dude. He's that dude that would show you that movie when we were kids. You know, like
Right.
he was into it, and I was like, I don't know who this is. Like,
Right,
never
yeah,
heard
you're
of
like
it.
over your head. You're
Yeah.
like, whatever.
Don't even have any idea.
Comes down through that skylight with the M60 machine gun and lands on the table
Fucking-
and just like
the
gunning everyone.
M60, dude, so good.
Fucking awesome.
Freddy movies. Okay, so Jennifer's really into the Freddy movies. There you go.
So are you watching them though?
Yeah, have you thrown one
that
on?
was the question because you might have came in after that.
You've been
You've been watching any during the month of October was what we were talking about.
Yeah. Are you nestling up on the couch there with some
I've
horror
done-
flicks?
let's see
some
here.
popcorn.
I've done The Birds last night, which isn't really that horror. It's more of a 1960s movie. But let's see. I did Halloween, the new Halloween that just came out, which is supposed to be the sequel to the first.
You said did pretty good, huh?
It was pretty good, man.
That's
I
cool.
was impressed. Dude, all the vampire ones. Like I think I've watched like every vampire movie I own,
Nice.
which is probably like 30.
Did you ever dig the? Do you like the new vampire stuff at all?
Like what?
Like Underworld.
Yeah, Underworld's cool. The first one especially.
The
The second one starts going downhill big time.
dude. That franchise was like
The first one a lot.
the
I
first
like that
one's
one a lot.
in my opinion,
Just
really
like
good.
Blade.
Yeah.
Same thing. First Blade.
But then it's
amazing.
like it just
then
kind
they all
of
the second ones on both those two series, and then it just kind of goes down.
But then the third, for sure, it's
Yeah.
out the window.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'll still watch them.
I mean,
liked
I
it,
even
but
watched Ultraviolet, and that's not even that much of a horror movie. It's just like a virus thing. Omega Man, bunch of those kind of movies too.
Yeah, Jennifer says she's been watching scary movies, and then painting pumpkins past couple of weeks.
There you go.
So, like, what movies specifically have you been watching? We need titles.
Details,
Here. We
bro.
want to talk about them. You got to give us something here. We're trying to run a show. I'm relying on you for content. Please help.
That's fucking hilarious.
I'm fucking drowning here.
Right.
Blade 4 coming soon, already announced. Nice.
I heard about that. I heard about
the Blade 4 is going to be the new actor, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's technically Blade 4 though. I think it's just a new Blade, like they're redoing it.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Oh, like it's a reboot, or do you think it's a prequel?
I mean, it's a different universe. It's the MCU universe, right? So it's going to be a different thing.
Okay.
So I don't
Wait,
think
wait.
they're
So
gonna.
what do you mean? It's a
It's
different
not
universe?
so like Wesley Snipes movies were Marvel, yeah, but they're not part of the MCU, the Disney branded.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
just the same with the X-Men movies and what else? Like all the Netflix Marvel shows, they're not part of that universe either.
Okay. That is still something I'm trying to fucking wrap my head around. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not used to there being these two different, like, this.
Well, there's like a bunch of different like variations of it, but it's mainly like the main one is where you have the Avengers, Captain America, Iron Man, all that. You know,
That's the main, and
That-
what could you
that's-
consider the MCU?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
She says, "Oh, Freddy versus Jason." That was a good one in the 2000s, I think. But that was
Yeah, I saw it.
But that was when it started to get to that like the over the top.
See, I'm
stage.
not. We were talking about this earlier. I'm not really a bit like the first Nightmare on Elm Street is cool,
Mm-hmm.
but like I didn't really like any of the follow-up movies really at all. I'm not really a big Freddy fan. I think Jason is boring to me because I'd rather watch Michael Myers. So it's like I like Halloween better. That's my.
Okay,
But I'm not a slasher type. I don't really like the slasher movies too much.
fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. I like. I'll watch anything as long as it's like a scare. I just like scary movies in general. But yeah, I can see what you mean. Like I don't really. I think Michael Myers and Jason and Freddy. I think they're cool, but like, I don't know. I'm not dressing up for them as them for Halloween or something. You know what I mean? They're just not.
Yeah.
Everyone likes the slashers, like the psycho killers. Everyone likes them, and I think that's what makes me not like them so much. I'm just like,
That makes sense.
they're cool, whatever. The best one I saw was that flamboyant Michael Myers where he'd pull out the knife and like walk all fabulously towards the fucking victims or whatever. That shit was hilarious.
Well, the only Halloween movies I like is the one in part 2, and then now the new revamped one or the sequel. Like that's good, but I didn't like all the other ones.
I
Like
gotcha.
3 and 4 or 4 and 5 were kind of not feeling them.
Yeah, she's like, it's not the best, but I had to watch it 'cause this time of year. Oh, she did
Oh, yeah.
Bride of
Well,
Chucky
especially
also.
if it's on TV. Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen that. Too.
Yeah, Bride of Chucky.
Another one that I think is way overrated is Chucky.
Fucking
Now
well-
the first one when I was a kid, it scared me.
fucking terrifying.
First Nightmare scared me when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Friday 13th never really scared me. Like even when I was a kid.
fair enough.
Eh.
You're like he's a special needs kid with
Yeah.
a hockey mask.
Yeah,
I'm not
and
really.
his mom's a fucking weirdo. So
Weird.
Yeah. She's wearing a sweater.
Yeah, Bride of Chucky though is fucking hilarious because when they make that broad into a puppet, it's fucking
Yeah, that was pretty campy.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that she's a professional poker player?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Jennifer Tilly.
Is that her name?
Mhm.
She has a voice on Family Guy.
I did not know that.
She is Joe Swanson's wife, the dude in the wheelchair. But the new ones are funny. Yeah, they're not.
Yeah.
We're watching.
Campy.
They're campy,
Yeah.
right? Like they're fun. Like, and I'm one of those people too, where I, if I'm entertained, like I'll never walk out being like that movie sucked. Like I've never
Yeah.
seen a bad movie. I'm the worst movie critic ever. I'm just easily entertained.
Yeah.
Just happy to be out there doing
I
something.
think I've seen like 3 of those stupid movies, Chucky movies, in the theater, and I'm just like every time like, why did I do this to myself? Like watching it at home is one thing, but paying for it is a whole nother.
All right, so let's see. We got Bianca says she's deathly afraid of Chucky as a child for good fucking reason. Johnny was talking too. That was right around. We were having this conversation before we got on here.
My buddy.
Yeah, that was right around when My Buddy was popular, right? So like it added to the fucking
Creepy factor.
like your toys are gonna come alive and fucking kill you.
Mhm.
Creepy
And
factor.
then the Teddy Ruxpin.
Teddy Ruxpin. I had a Teddy Ruxpin for sure. Phoenix says the first Nightmare on Elm Street is mind blowing. Yeah, the rest of them are pretty
Mhm.
meh. Yeah. So
I agree with that.
the
totally.
one revolutionary to at least introduce
Mhm.
the character, and then it's like
It's the only one I own. So
fuck off after
Yeah.
that. I think the reason I don't sleep today is Freddy. Corey.
yeah, that was so creepy back then, dude. Don't fall asleep, man.
Cabin in the Woods.
I hated that movie.
Gremlins. See, now Gremlins is more of like a Christmas movie.
It's fun.
Wouldn't you say? Because it's like it's all about Christmas, or it's
Mhm.
around Christmas time when he gets the thing. I don't
Yeah,
know.
It's a fun movie.
That's dual purpose. You can watch that at Halloween and Christmas, I think.
I like when they have the meme of Gizmo and it's like, feel cute, might take a bath later.
Yep.
You're like, yeah.
Fucking Miracle dude. He's
Mhm.
gonna get all
Mm-hmm.
evil. Yeah, Gremlins was fun. Gremlins was a fun movie. I remember that even as a kid.
And then,
like,
then the second one with the hot girl version.
yeah.
With the boobs.
Was it the second one?
Yeah, that was the
Okay.
second one.
The first one was when they first made like the smart one right? Where there was like
I think
the one who
so.
always had like he had like the lab coat and he had like the
Mhm. Yeah.
beakers and he was
Yeah.
like fucking doing science.
They had so many different ones in the second one.
The one that fucking flew through the wall and made the Batman symbol. That shit was awesome. Dude, Cabin in the Woods is so awesome.
I hate that movie.
They scared me when I was 5 years old. Yeah, they were scary when they're okay. The end, the first Gremlins movie, the very end when like that one is like chasing him around that nursery, they're like Flowers nursery, and he's chasing him with like a fucking chainsaw and shit, and they're little.
You're all creeped out.
They're practical too, so that makes them extra creepy because they fucking move all jerky and like yeah.
That was when horror movies were like kind of fucking like I feel like the end of like the good horror movies. Like,
yeah.
the 80s, like late 80s.
Because that one is definitely like a horror genre, I would say, but it is comedy too.
Oh yeah,
Like,
it's definitely geared more towards like a kid audience, like a PG-13 audience,
Yeah.
kind of more.
Yeah.
So
Where they say damn in it one time and like 8-year-old you was like,
right, yeah.
oh,
He just
shit.
cussed.
They want to know your thoughts on Cabin in the Woods.
I hated it.
Which one was that? Was Cabin in the Woods?
It's a bunch of stupid kids go into a cabin, and then like at the end you find out there's this huge facility that's underneath it.
that
It
is the
has
one I
all
was thinking.
Yeah,
Of. Yeah.
I
Okay.
just-
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I couldn't even like be serious about the movie. I was just
And
like, this
isn't
is
that
so
the
bad.
one where the kid that smoked the weed was the one who like made it out alive because of the fucking
I think that is what.
the crazy spray or whatever didn't affect him?
I think that's what it was,
The
but
wo-
I can't remember because I mean I saw it right when it came out to like Netflix or whatever it was when it first came out, and I was like, "This is horrible." I just didn't like it. I get why people like it, but I mean I didn't like it.
Fair enough. It was one of those mind fucks. Phoenix says the first Ring movie really messed me up. I had nightmares
That
about
was
it
creepy.
for like years, and that kind of ruined my love, killed my love of horror movies. So the Ring, I really, really liked ever since the first time I saw it. But it was scary to me. I watched it and it was scary, but it was one of those I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Like it did what it was supposed to do. And as a person who likes horror movies, I was like, A1, fucking sweet. The Ring was really. I liked The Ring. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, The Ring wasn't fucking scary," but like, dude, when that movie came out, there wasn't anything out there that was like that, and it was fucking scary.
Has anyone seen Let Me In? Trying to get the reflection. There it is.
Yeah, I have the little kid vampire, right? Yeah, I've seen that.
Comic book.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I liked that one
Yeah.
actually. Let Me In was really good.
It didn't make my top 13 list, but it would have been if it was 14. But I had to stay with the 13 number.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, if you guys haven't seen this movie, you need to see this movie. There's a foreign version too. It's like I think it's called Let the Right One In,
Okay.
and that was made before it.
Well, I think it's cool.
They're both good though.
Like Let Me In because she's a. Well, I mean, do we say it? I don't know if we should.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler
She's
alert.
a vampire.
Yeah, so she's a vampire. So the whole "let me in" thing is neat because they have to be invited into your home, right?
Mhm. And in this one, they actually show it happens if you don't.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
thought that was really cool.
I did too because they've never. The only other time I've ever seen a depiction of what happens when they're in your home and you rescind their invitation was in True Blood, and all it does is it just like pushes them out of your
Yeah.
house. So it's almost like they're standing there and it's like they're being
yeah, push
like
back.
dragged away, something. It's really cool.
Yep, so that's a good one. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. You will like it. It's an enjoyable movie, and there's a cool pool scene towards the end. And I won't say anything because if you haven't seen it, it'll spoil it.
What do we got? The original, it was good. The new one was not scary to me. Well, Jennifer,
Yeah, but you kind of know.
you're an adult now. That's
Yeah.
why it's not scary.
Yeah, both there's two new ones because it's part one and part two.
Oh, okay.
Saw them both in the theater. They were both good. I thought they were good. I didn't think they were amazing, but the original is way better.
The Ring. Yeah, Bianca's likes The Ring. Phoenix says, I will say that the whole haunting on Hill House, I watched the whole thing. I only slightly regret it. I think you mean House on Haunted Hill? Is that what you mean?
Probably. But which one? Because there's
Because that was
there's a 1960s one
yeah, I was
with
gonna say there's an
Vincent Price,
original.
and then there's a remake in color. The original was black and white.
We'll see. I'm gonna assume she because she said series.
Oh, she did say
so
series?
yes,
Oh,
I'm
then,
assuming
yeah, I
it's
don't
it's the newer one. They probably made several of them.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, we'll see what she says when she gets back to us. But yeah, I'm trying to think. What there's got to be. I feel like I love Halloween horror time season, but I feel like the movies that more easily come to mind are Christmas movies. Like the Christmas season is just, I don't know, something about it.
Well, most of the movies they put on TV too for the horror movies are usually just like the same recycled couple,
Yeah.
and you're just like, come on, dude.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's exactly what we're talking about. It's Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy, rinse and repeat. You know what I mean? Because everyone, you put those 3 characters on
Child's
TV,
Play.
everyone's happy.
And
Child's Play,
yeah.
sure, yeah. But it's like you just got to put one of the classics on. You know what I mean? And then it's like, okay, we're doing our Halloween campaign.
Yeah, when I start the Halloween season, I'm usually starting with like the 1930s movies and probably 60s, 70s, like the horror from England, all the Hammer movies. So like Christopher Lee, like doing Dracula and all that. I'll watch all those. Like I watched like I think 5 different ones,
Nice.
like in the last 2 weeks.
There you go.
Fucking crushing them out, bro.
That's awesome. So Phoenix says you need to watch the Swedish version.
Swedish
It's
version
even more
of
creepy. I'm thinking.
Let the Right One In is what I think she's talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have seen it.
Seems
a
like
bunch
she's
of times.
saying. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna assume. Also, the Swedish one has much sweeter tone to it. It's kind of more beauty and less scary, but definitely more creepy. Okay.
Yeah, that's probably what she's talking about.
Bianca says, I vaguely remember watching Amityville Horror in high school and being so damn scared. Kind of hate horror films. Amityville Horror with Ryan Reynolds, the remake, I guess, is the one that we're thinking of.
I haven't seen that.
It's good. It's really good. In my opinion, I like Ryan Reynolds, and like he is Ryan Reynolds in this show, but it's kind of, yeah, you know what? It's like if you want to see Ryan Reynolds sort of do what Jack Nicholson did in The Shining.
Blade 3, you're right.
No, not Blade 3. But I mean, like I liked it. I thought it was a good movie. It's pretty cool. You're at the end. It kind of goes like a little farther than I was like. I was like, you could have dialed it back a little bit, but I like it. Overall, it was a good. I used to own it. I've watched it several times. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, I'm even horror. That
Near
was a good one.
Dark, hell yeah, bro.
Near Dark.
Oh yeah, that's on my list. It'll be talked about tomorrow's show. That's one of my
Awesome.
favorites, bro. Good vampire movie.
Well, we're an hour in. Do you want to go ahead and just call this, and
Whatever you
we'll
want, man.
we'll wait for Chris to show up and get a little more prep in for the podcast. Cool. All right, guys. Thanks for coming in. Thank you guys for all the feedback. Thanks for talking to us about scary movies and whatnot. We didn't have quite as many people in the chat today. We weren't quite as active, so we're gonna go ahead and call it after an hour. But thank you guys so much for showing up. We're gonna record episode number 61 tonight, so that should be out for you tomorrow if all things go as planned. And it should be me and Chris and Johnny that you can see tomorrow on 61.
Should be a good one, man.
All right, cool. Yeah, it's going to be it, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Make sure you guys are checking us out on social media. All the normal stuff, your Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Pornhub. If you guys want to get a sweet piece of garmentry, it's a word I just made up right now,
Yeah,
like I'm
sounds
wearing
legit.
here, shop.spreadshirt.com/Grim86. Get yourself one. It'll get you laid. Watch. You guys have a good one. We'll see you next week. Thanks again for joining us. Bye-bye.
#forced quit.
Yeah, probably. It's going to keep recording for the next 20 minutes.